Greetings everyone, I'm Marvin Plackett and today is Tuesday, June 30th. Yes, this is the way I dress every day when I'm going between locations. When I leave my office and I come somewhere like this is the way I dress. Just a reminder. No one's around me, so I'm free to take off my mask and goggles. Greetings to all residents, to all staff, and to all guests. There have been no changes since yesterday with the status of our COVID-19 active cases, so that means that we still have 4. 1 is a resident and 3 are staff. And the 1 resident is in fact in the hospital at this time. That resident has been in and out of the hospital and another nursing home with a TCU over the last few weeks. So at this time, what that means is that on our Episcopal Homes campus, and in fact anywhere in our Episcopal Homes communities, all 10 of our communities, we have no known active COVID-19 cases at all, period, including at Episcopal Church Home, which is where we have our dedicated COVID-19 unit. Those rooms are empty at this time. So very pleased to be able to report that. As I've mentioned a number of times, our numbers are really strong at Episcopal Homes. Certainly we wish that we had 0 cases. From the beginning we wish we had 0. And yet it's very difficult to keep COVID out altogether. And of course when we compare ourselves to a lot of the long-term care organizations in Minnesota, and in particular in the Twin Cities area, we're really in a strong position. And that is because of very diligent efforts on our parts from day on everyone's part, from day one. A reminder that we are undergoing our 2nd round of testing right now at the Gardens. It is today and tomorrow at the Gardens. All residents and all staff are being retested. I want to quote from an article in today's Star Tribune, the lead article. Minnesota achieves COVID-19 testing moonshot goal. Governor Tim Walz lauded Minnesota on Monday for reaching its moonshot testing goal to close, and that is 20,000 tests per day, and that's what's been achieved. Testing goal to closely track the spread of COVID-19, but he warned that everything from mask wearing in public to social distancing in bars will be needed to see the state through this pandemic. While Minnesota isn't seeing the rapid growth in COVID-19 occurring right now in other states, Walz said he is concerned because of the recent outbreaks related to crowded bars and the gatherings over the upcoming holiday weekend that could spread the coronavirus that causes the infectious disease. Quote, "We're going to have to learn to live with and manage COVID-19 for quite some time," he said. The personal and economic sacrifices Minnesotans have made over the past 4 months to prepare the state for COVID-19 cannot be undermined by a lack of compliance now, Walz said. And he is considering requiring face masks given the increasing evidence that they work, as well as sanctions if bars fail to protect customers by keeping them spread out so they don't infect one another. So just a reminder, this hasn't changed on our campus at Episcopal Homes. We enforce it with diligence, and that is social distancing, remaining at least 6 feet apart, wearing your mask at all times, frequent hand washing. If you have any symptoms, self-isolating, getting yourself checked, letting us know, getting the test done, letting us know. Those basics and those features, if you leave our campus, you still need to be practicing those features because that is what keeps you safe, keeps all of us safe. Now, it's not a guarantee. One still could contract it, but it's the best method that we have at this time. It's the best vaccine that we have at this time to try and keep COVID-19 from increasingly spread. So it's so important, the social distancing and wearing a face mask, they really work. The experts, those who study infectious diseases, the epidemiologists, they've said multiple times, they express it publicly over and over. Those techniques really work. That's what keeps it at bay. And those states that aren't employing those things with diligence, they're seeing a dramatic increase. So your participation, your support, your vigilance, all of us, that's what really matters, all right? Thank you so much for your assistance, for your cooperation, for your vigilance. It really does matter. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 1:30, and now for some final words from Phil Rose.
Hello, it's good to be back with you. I have taken some time off for bereavement and for some vacation, and I'm really glad to be back at Episcopal Homes and glad to hear this excellent news about how there is no COVID in the building. That is excellent news. On Sunday at the Washington National Cathedral, the Reverend Otis Moss III gave a really powerful sermon that I think was incredible. With the technology that we're using these days and with people giving sermons remotely, he was able to integrate some film footage, some footage of a choir, some different things that really makes it a profound sermon that I highly recommend. The sermon was entitled Weary Throats and New Songs. And a brief paragraph describing this profound sermon is not sufficient. You need to see this video for yourself. Using Psalm 137 that in part says, "How could we sing the Lord's song in a foreign land? If I forget you, O Jerusalem, let my right hand wither. Let my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth. If I do not remember you, if I do not set Jerusalem above my highest joy." Using that text, Reverend Moss explores the power of song among African Americans from slavery to the streets of Minneapolis and beyond. The use of song for protest, for prayer, and for developing purpose. How can we sing the Lord's song in a foreign land? How can we not, is Moss's response. As a white man, this video moved me very deeply. It encouraged me to listen to the pain and to the story of a people wrapped up in these songs. Reverend Moss concludes by stressing the need, no, the imperative of staying connected to get us through rough waters. That call was not just a call to his African American brothers and sisters, but a call to all of us to stay connected during these difficult times, to stay connected to get through COVID-19, to stay connected to sing the songs of the Lord in a new land, stay connected not just as soloists, but also as a choir, to sing together the songs, to stay connected, like I said, in the midst of COVID and civil unrest. Now, I think this message is so important that I have opted to put it on our channel 7.1 every day at 3 o'clock from now until the end of July. So you have no less than 32 opportunities to turn to channel 7.1 and watch it. And for those of you outside of the building who don't have access to 7.1, I have put it on our website, on the Resident Life section of the website. If you go to the Spiritual Life section and the videos there, you will see this amazing sermon. Thank you, and stay connected.